Hi everyone, so today I'm going to unbox the Word Bearers limited edition set. Now, this was quite a hard set to get hold of, and I was lucky to be able to get one. Obviously, Games Workshop has quite a problem with scalpers at the moment, using bots to basically buy up all the limited editions. So there's plenty of packaging in here, as you can see, and I'm just rifling my way through it eagerly. So let's see if this was actually worth the money. I think it priced at £100 GBP. So, and it comes in the usual Black Library cardboard box, numbered as well, which I might show on the video. There you go. So yeah, so I actually queued up about, I think, an hour early. I just logged on to the website, and then I was refreshing 20 minutes before, and I was still only number 315. You can see the Word Bearers iconography there, the logo. Pretty cool. And here we are, so this is it. So it's very smooth to the touch, kind of clean finish as you'd expect from a product like this. And it's obviously the trilogy by Anthony Reynolds. I think the series is 16 years old now. Dark Apostle, Dark Disciple, and Dark Creed. And yeah, so it's presented really nicely. Let's see if we can get one of the books out. They've used paper just to protect the books there. And some people said this looks kind of Christmassy, which I think is a bit harsh, but I do kind of get where they're coming from with all the kind of different shapes. I'm trying to get the camera to focus on the quotation. There you go. Really cool. And inside, I think there's a lot of attention to detail as well. I don't think I show it in the video, but there's a signature by Anthony Reynolds, at least in book one. There's kind of little touches, little icons, and some of the Word Bearers script, as you would expect. But it's all presented really nicely, as you would expect from a product like this. So in terms of the Games Workshop scalper situation, I think it's worth just talking about, because personally I'm quite frustrated by it for kind of hardcore fans, I guess. Like I think I count in that. I've liked Games Workshop for 20 years. Or at least liked their products. I think that, you know, at one point they were doing a kind of made to order situation, which I think is much better for consumers. But the kind of downside to them is that, you know, there's definitely going to be a portion of consumers who kind of feel like if everyone can get a copy, then it kind of loses some of its perceived values. Like, part of the value and high cost of some of these limited editions is because of the exclusivity. However, I think that the problem is a lot of people, even in other countries, you know, other countries weren't even given a chance to get this book, even though it was advertised to them still, like through email and things like that, like the newsletter. So, you know, that indicates that actually demand is way higher than supply. A bit too much of a discrepancy, I believe. Like, sure, make it exclusive, but make it exclusive where, you know, maybe the kind of numbers are doubled or quadrupled, I would have thought, because I think people will still pay a lot if it remains to that exclusivity level. So to me, it seems clear that they haven't really got the balance right. You know, scalpers are basically able to buy up all of the books, and there you can see them really arrayed nicely with all the different quotations, one from each of the books in the trilogy. That's really cool. And I was trying to just angle this correctly. Um, so, you know, let the fans and respect the fans more, because basically you're not going to be anything without the fans. You know, if you sort of treat them with disregard if you just say, well, we're just going to slap a really high price on these limited editions and you're not going to be able to buy them, or at least many of you won't be able to buy them. It's just going to be frustrating for fans over time. And I think although Games Workshop has improved in many respects over time, this one is obviously a kind of continuing annoyance for many hardcore fans. And I was lucky enough to get this, but I still feel frustration for everyone else who couldn't. I mean, like I said, I could see people in other countries commenting and saying, well, I wasn't even given the chance to get this. Like, how annoying. So, you know, I think some people who would want to sort of take Games Workshop side in this would say, well, you know, they can charge what they want and you're not owed anything. Well, sure, that is true in a capitalist kind of market, but at the same time, if all the fans just stop buying stuff, then they're nothing. So, you know, you've got to respect your consumers, and I think consumers deserve a bit better. Because what we're not even really asking for a bad deal for Games Workshop. We still want limited editions. We just want them a bit more widely available, I would say. And it's still going to make a load of money. In fact, I think they would actually make more money even if they had to reduce the price slightly, but sell it to 4 or 5 times as many people. And from what I've seen, I think the demand is definitely there. Although it's obviously anecdotal. I don't have, you know, I'm not privy to Games Workshop sales figures, so I don't know. But, you know, the amount of people complaining about it seems to suggest that a lot of people are missing out, unfortunately. But given the box set itself is really nice, and I think for, you know, £100 for 3 books, of course it's a lot. And I rarely buy these limited editions, to be honest. I pretty much have only got a couple of them over time for, you know, factions I really like, of which Wordbearers are one of them. But, you know, they are produced really well. You know, there is a high level of quality to this book. It feels like leather on the front. The details are very Wordbearers bespoke, which I really like. I like the little touches inside. You've got the little bookmarks. It's a really well packaged deal, and it just looks really good. So yeah, I hope that Games Workshop does kind of fix the scalping situation, you know, even if it went to made to order or producing more of them, but, you know, so it's less not quite so limited. I think they need to at least test it. I don't know how much testing they've done, but it feels to me, or at least from what I see online, that they really haven't got the balance right. So hopefully more fans can get access to things like this. You know, we are in a privileged position being able to buy a trilogy of books for £100. So, you know, I could see why some people might say, well, you're just a bit spoiled, really. And it's just fear of missing out, maybe. But I don't know about that. I think that some fans just genuinely love the hobby and background enough that they want to pay that much. And I think that's more what the perspective is. And I think that's why, to me, creatively, I think it's important. I think it's, you know, important for people to be able to tap into what they love. So hopefully that situation changes. Like I said, I queued up an hour, or at least I logged on, and then I was refreshing 20 minutes before. And I would say if you're really desperate to get a copy, you have to take a strategy like that. So I think that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. I hope if you try to get limited editions, you're able to. And I really like this limited edition set, I've got to say. And I'm glad that I was able to get one. So like and subscribe for more Warhammer videos, as well as other genres, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.